Hello, we are Geeks Assembled. I'm Lee, that's Susan, and this week we are sitting down to discuss a film from 1977, a British crime thriller heist movie, gritty action, gritty acting. Um, Naming two of the actors in this in the lead is Robert Carlyle and Ray Winstone. So you know what you're going to get in this. So it's about a gang of thieves who do a heist, and then the double crossing sort of starts. So we'll go over to Susan on our opening thoughts on Face.
All right. First of all, it's about a bunch of money robbed from a drug dealer, and the socialist who has decided he's done being a socialist. He wants a bit of, you know, bit of gas for himself. He's a and the drug dealer that they robbed was one of is played by a guy who was actually, one of the folks that in the 70s was accused of uh, doing bombs or something in an IRA as part of the IRA. I mean, I don't know. This guy, Jerry Conlon, I don't know. That's intense, man. It's like, they have a semblance of reality in there. So that's kind of cool. The other thing is, of course, Lee will know that I will say that everything that Robert Carlyle does is the best stuff on the planet because he's a fantastic uh, artiste, actor. He's uh, he's got a lot of charisma, and in that ability, in that actor, you know, painterly quality of his art, he is able to turn bad guys into heroes. And that to me is, mind blowing because I mean there's a hell of a lot of bad guys out there who folks are like, brainwashed into thinking are heroes, but then there's a person who just by his very charisma doesn't have to tell lies a million times. He's just heroic in his badness. And yeah, so let's see. In this story, there is there is a combination of actors that is Ray Winston and Robert Carlyle, and they are in a lot of stuff together. It's pretty amazing stuff like uh um let's see, things like Barney Thompson, the the uh, uh, priest. And there's some other ones. God, I can't. I'm just, you know not sitting over there looking at my videos. But yeah, he's in a lot of stuff with Robert Carlyle.
Mm-hmm.
And the other situation is that it's filmed by Antonia Bird, and Antonia Bird is a director who's done a lot of stuff that is she was a director of a few things that Robert has done as well.
Hmm.
She did um,
Ravenous.
Chase and Ravenous
Yeah.
and Priest and she also did the Cracker episode with them, and she did she did yeah, a, a lot of stuff. She's just a really great a director, and so yeah, the formula of this is that the more people you kill, the more money you get to keep. I mean, it's pretty simple, and it's uh it's incredibly gritty. It's got a lot of amazing different locales, and there's like this quiet moment where Ray and the girl are like, you know, having a quiet moment trying to sort it out. And I mean, and that's where sparkles happen. Oh my God. I know. I, I really cannot be expected to judge properly after so many years of affection for our city. I don't know how to judge effectively, but there are there are legitimate understated moments that bring chemistry in, and those are difficult things to overcome, and it is it's wonderful to. I mean, the soundtrack was great, and the oh yeah, you got the soundtrack too. Tell
Oh
me
yeah.
about it. Tell me about it.
It's
Go for it.
first of all, the film, when I first watched it back in the day, it was amazing. I loved it, and the soundtrack also made it. So I went out and bought the soundtrack as well back in the day. So it's a great British movie, gangster movie, and the soundtrack does build it up more. Um, you've got the likes on your, Paul Weller, if you're into all that movie, Paul Weller with the Jam, and who else have we got on here? The Clash, Billy Bragg,
Right.
some dance music, Gene, the Long Pigs, all these artists from the mid 90s, these Brit pop stuff. But yeah, the music just goes so well. It marries up with the movie so well. Um, so Antonia Baird did something well there. It's a shame she's no longer with us. Um,
Right.
yeah, I think she passed in about 2013. Um,
Yeah.
but she's left a hell of a lot of good stuff behind for everybody to enjoy. But yeah, the movie, it is a typical British crime thriller, and I think the Americans can do gangster movies as long as it's a Scorsese movie. He knows how to do that. Um, but when it comes to British gangsters, it is very, very gritty.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah.
and there's been a hell of a lot of movies like that over the years, British gangsters. Um, and this is one, I would say be in the top 10 of British gangster movies. Is his face? I mean, it's the cast. You see, you got Robert Carlyle, you got Ray Ray Winston, Stephen Waddington playing Stevie. He has learning difficulties or mental problems. He might be autistic. We don't know because it's not really discussed that well. Um, Great characterization of that. Then you've got Philip Davis, another great British actor playing
Oh
Julian.
my gosh. Phil Davis.
Phil
Wow.
Davis, yeah, just an amazing actor. Uh, Lena Headey as Connie
That's Connie. That's
before
Ray's little paramour.
before she sat on the Game of Thrones. Um,
Oh my God. So
uh,
good.
you've got whoever else we've got. Peter Vaughan as Sonny. Now, Peter Vaughan, if you go back way back in British TV, it was well known, mostly well known for playing Grouty in the British sitcom Porridge, where it's set in a
Oh
prison.
yeah.
Grout, Mr. Grout. Um, but he's been in loads and loads of movies. I think he was in Straw Dogs with Dustin Hoffman in the 70s, and um, he also, in later life, was in Game of Thrones as well. Um, and then you've also got as Jason Damon Albarn, who, if you know your music, is the lead singer of the group Blair, and also he's also one of the men behind the animated group The Gorillas.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
yeah, he's the voice of the Gorillas and also the lead singer of Blair. Um, and this was made in '97, and Blair was at the height, the peak of their success in the British charts at that point. With Britpop. It was quite a surprise when I first saw this movie to see him in this. I mean, it's only a small part in this because surprise, surprise, he doesn't get to the end of the movie. Um, but a great ensemble cast, and
Yeah.
it's it doesn't hold back. You know there's violence, there's shotguns, there's I mean Phil Phil, Phil Davis as Julian is just losing it and losing it. All he wants is his money, and he don't care about double crossing anybody at the end of the movie.
Right.
But he wasn't the one who double crossed everybody to begin with.
Right.
That was another character who was sort of working for the police because the police were blackmailing him, for all this, all the information and the money. But yeah, great. And for me, yeah, great chemistry between all the characters. Ray and Connie, as you say, with their moments, and also with Ray and Stevie,
Hmm.
because it reminded me of Mice and Men.
Or Summer with his friend who is disabled.
What film?
It's called Summer,
No, I don't think I've
and
seen.
it's another Robert Carlyle.
Oh, right, right,
Don't
okay.
forget that he plays a care sort of bestie and his mate is a disabled man. And so yeah, I was that
Yeah, it was. I was getting the of Mice and Men vibe. Is it
yeah.
George, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but one has learning difficulties, and but he's big.
Lenny and George, right?
That Stevie is a big character, big, and but gentle sort of as well because he likes reading books. Uh,
Right.
but yeah, so the characters work so well together.
Hmm.
Um, and also, it did make me laugh as well because it's been a while since I sat down and watched this. I mean, this was 1997. What was Ray Winston wearing? See, you did notice.
I didn't.
Oh, his T-shirt.
What was his t-shirt?
It was it was a Dalek with exterminate across the
Oh, God.
in plain sight, Susan. What?
In plain sight. Oh my God. And that was during the the wilderness years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it was when he had his coat unbuttoned. There was the Dalek T-shirt, and
Oh my God.
so you saw it all later on in the movie, covered in blood, and
Uh-huh.
a blooded Dalek T-shirt. And I thought, oh, Susan must, but no, Susan didn't see it, did she?
Susan didn't notice. All I had eyes for was
All
Robert,
you saw
was
was Robert.
Ray. Ray, Ray, Ray. I'm so sorry. But
All
I'm
you saw
not.
was
But
Robert
I
Kennedy.
am. But I'm not. Oh my God. That was that's cool. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it was. I thought I'd just mention that, but
Yeah.
so I'll hand it back to you, Susan. Then, so anything
So Blur. Oh my gosh, that was great. And then they were on the soundtrack and like that that was amazing. And I was just I was it was so great that they were it's so great that they didn't spare the grit, the the violence. It was I that's why, you know, for a while, I was watching a few of these. The only things that were, gritty enough and raw enough for to deal with my own angst were the things like, these British gangsters and the black exploitation movies. I mean, I was just yeah, and this one was definitely there. And the other thing was like there was a um there was an energy to these things that was amazing. And uh yeah, I was hang on a second. I was like, where am I? I was looking for that section of this that has all of the anyway, like the other thing that I loved is oh, I guess I could look for the photos. I was uh let me see. Um let me see the Ray. Oh, the other thing that I wanted to say was I really liked the scene and inside the treatment plant, the whatever that was,
hmm
the plant, and they were all kitted up with like the yellow suits and like the big masks and stuff. I thought that that was excellent. You
excellently
couldn't
shot. Yeah,
Yeah, you couldn't tell one from the other, and that was so cool. especially like where they hid the money, and I just thought, wow, that was great. And
I mean, it sort of hit home as well with the where there was hiding the money, and the two old dears ended up being murdered for the
uh-huh,
and you could see with Robert Carlyle's character, he wasn't all gritty bad, was he? He did have a heart,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He can make anybody he can make any of these baddies seem really, you know, really emotionally attractive. It's just his genius. That's why we loved Rumpelstiltskin. That's why we loved Dr. Rush in Stargate Universe. That's why we loved Joey in Once Upon a Time in the Midlands. I mean, it's just all these guys are are. That's why you kind of even feel a little sorry for Renard in the James Bond.
Yeah.
When the fuck have you ever felt sorry for a James Bond villain? Except you do. I'm gonna say it. Like, there's nobody better at bringing compassion to a villain than Robert Carlyle, and yet he also does. When he played Ogilvy and War of the Worlds, you just get this sense of his charisma. It just kind of it wafts through everything he does. It is really spectacular.
I
And
mean,
I Go
it's
ahead.
strange to think that this movie and the Full Monty he did was made in the same year, and what a totally different contrast of movies.
Yeah,
But
right.
it's still gritty.
There's the Dalek. I found it. I found it. I found it. You're right, of course.
Hey,
Oh my God.
I'm always right.
Oh, shut it. It's great. It's so cool. Thanks. That's so awesome. I didn't even fucking see that. That was so great. And then, yeah, so I had two things I was looking for. One, I had found one of them. The other thing that was, spectacular was uh, the fact that that they never pull back from completing the route. If it's going to be only one person survives, only one person's going to survive.
Yeah.
I mean, that is like the great thing about Antonia Bird. Like take grabbing it, you know? Oh my God. It's,
Well, this
it,
if you're watching a good gangster movie, the characters do end up being killed off along the way, and that is a good sign of a good gangster movie. It doesn't hold back the reality of the business they're in.
right, right.
You can't throw glitter over it,
No.
and that's what this movie is good at. This is what Scorsese is good at. What he does with his gangsters movies, he doesn't throw glitter over the characters as well. Um, I do like a good crime thriller movie,
Hmm.
and this is one up there in the top 10. I would say for me personally.
Yeah, yeah. agreed. And the yeah. So the this is one of the quintessential that you're right. This is in the realm with uh Scorsese or Tarantino. Those kind of things are the those the it all kind of fits. So um
You've got to have in this type of movie, you do have to have the tropes, and you get the tropes in this.
yeah,
These,
yeah, with
and
Robert or with
the main,
Peter Vaughn.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the main tropes in a gangster movie is the trope of betrayal
Yeah,
in a gangster movie, and you get this in this one.
yeah,
Um, but it works well
it sure does.
because you've got great actors in this.
Yeah, no
Uh,
kidding.
For me, but every time, I mean, I'm not knocking Robert Carlyle, I'm not knocking Ray Winston, but every time Philip Davis was on the screen for me, he just chewed the scenery and stole the show.
Oh, did he? No, that's
Uh,
that's great.
I mean, also, if you're a fan of Doctor Who, he did appear in an episode. Oh, now you're thinking,
Yeah,
Fires of Pompeii.
the
But yeah, but yeah, it's an outstanding movie, and it still holds up today, even if it is set in the mid 90s. Because some movies back then have dated not so good, but this one, it's all right. So look, she's just thinking of Robert Carlyle.
it is. I am.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you two things then for final say, and I'm going to ask you for two scores off you.
Okay.
So final say, Susan.
Final say is you know when that when that Stevie wouldn't he was still trying to fill that bag at the very beginning.
Mhm.
That's me trying to get enough Robert Carlyle. For real. For real. Like it is gonna cost it is gonna cost the legitimacy of my rating, to be honest.
So what would you give the movie out of 10?
Oh, I don't know, 10 yellow, hazmat suits out of 10 with a mask. I thought that was the coolest thing, was like that you couldn't tell them apart for a second. Who am I
Right.
supposed to watch if I can't watch?
So
Okay,
my
go ahead.
second my second thing is out of 10, what would you give staring into Robert Carlyle's eyes?
As if I was in the role of Connie, the Lena Headley
Mhm.
position, I would, you know, I think it wouldn't matter what he did. It just wouldn't matter. He could be,
All right.
the worst gangster ever. He could be the most drugged out, uh, or drunken side. He could be a guy who kills people, stuffs them in a freezer. He could be a dark one, a guy who steals children, like Rumpelstiltskin. I don't really know. For fuck's sake, he's played Hitler. He played a human trafficker in a movie called Human Trafficking.
Hmm?
I have trouble. Here I am. He could play Satan for fuck's sake. I really struggle. This is not. I think that there is no finer actor able to lend compassion to the most vicious, violent, horrible, terrible, awful, evil, nightmarish people. And I think I would give it a solid 5 billion on it. Yeah. So what did Beef Dad used to say? He said a solid gold 10 out of 10, a platinum 10 out of 10. There's my final.
I, I'll take it that you're undecided about your opinion about Robert Carlyle. Then,
Mm,
um,
God damn it. Mm.
God damn it. For, for me, it's a cracking movie, and I'm going to use a British gangster trope for my scoring. Great acting, great story, loved it. It's going to be 10 you slags out of 10. When a
Okay.
movie when a movie's got you slag, when it's Ray Winston saying it, you slag,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
love it.
And he said it to Phil.
Mm.
Oh
But
my
hey,
God, that was
it's a good movie from 1997. So if anybody out there
Dave. Dave said it to Phil
sees
or to
it, watch,
uh,
fully
oh my
recommend
God,
it. Face.
Julian.
If you do Google it, usually Face Off comes up first. I don't know why, but
Yeah, and you're gonna need to add either Ray
1990.
Winston or Robert Carlyle
Yeah,
as
yeah,
your search parameters.
because 1997 is the same year that Face Off was.
Right. So you have to add those two quality kingly actors. I
So,
mean, anybody who can make Ray, uh, the character Ray, shine like Carlisle. God,
oh God, look at her face. Yeah. Anyways, yeah,
I'm not, I'm not at all biased on this.
yeah. Do bear shit in the woods. Uh, anyways, if you've seen this movie, guys, let us know by leaving a message on this video. Let us know what you thought of the movie. Let us know what you thought about the soundtrack if you've listened to the soundtrack. Um, also, if you want to join us doing what we do, leave a message on any of our videos. All we ask of you is to be 18 and over because certain things like this movie Face is an 18 rated. So
Oh,
because of the violence and the language. All you need is a camera and microphone on the device you use, and we'll try and get you on. Also, if you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, please remember check to see you've pressed the bell notification button. To that was
one second.
that was the silent bell. No, and yeah, if you press that button, you'll get notified every time we put up a new video. So
Jesus.
is that it,
All right,
Susan?
that's it.
So that is our review of Face. Hope you liked it. So let us know what you thought, and maybe suggest what we could do in the future. So until next time, guys, please be safe out there, and remember, don't betray your mates, because you'll end up being a slag.